Hi guys, hope you're all okay. Today I'm going to go through a flip through of the artwork I completed in January in this book, 365 Days of Art by Lorna Scobie. This is the second part. I did do the first 14 days of January and uploaded a video of that a few weeks ago. I'm going to skip through the first 14 days. I'll put a little timestamp in the bottom of where to skip to if you've already seen that or you don't want to see that again. And then I'll go into detail on the second parts. I think it's about 17 pages that I completed since then. But the reason why I'm doing this book is just to get half an hour every day to unwind and also become a bit more creative again, something I used to enjoy. Okay, so what I wanted to do as well, that I didn't cover off in the first video, was quickly go through the materials that they suggest. Things like pencils, fine liner pens. So yeah, I've covered both those off. Colour pencils and watercolour paints, brush pens, colour paper, charcoal, oil pastels, acrylic paint. And to be honest, I think I've pretty much covered all of these off in the first 31 days. So I'll show you what I've done. So I did enjoy doing this one because I love traveling, geography, flags. So these are the countries that I visited that I've coloured in, and then the ones that I've got in pencil are the ones that I'd like to visit. And then when I do, I want to go back to the book and colour them in when I've gone there. So this was just to turn the splodges into animals. Number 3 was to draw something that's outside. Okay, I was just checking out some swatches here, see if those paints at the top there glowed in the dark, and they did. And then the metallic paints as well, which I'll try and get. There we go. I said the gold was my favourite, but actually the bronze is. Colour the fruit bowl in colours that you wouldn't expect to see the fruits in. Yeah, this one was to complete a colourful shoal of fish. Draw someone you know from memory. Number 8 was draw a collection of vegetables. Number 9, continue to add detail to the feathers and the leaves using line. I quite enjoyed doing that one. Experiment with crayons. 11, so yeah, just practice drawing the features on the faces. And then add leaves and fruit to the branches of a tree. So I tried to make a windy tree out of acrylic paints, a tree that had been caught by a gust of wind. 13, colour the circles to create different colour combinations, which you could use in your projects. And 14, which that's where we got to last time, was fill this section with flowers. Okay, so we're moving on to the second part now from page or challenge 15, let's say. I just want to say I feel I am becoming a bit more creative with the different art supplies that I've used in the next 17 pages. I would have usually probably chosen something else or tried to make things perfect, but it's really all about just trying out new things, seeing how different mediums work together, seeing what results you can get, being creative, basically going for it and not worrying too much about whether it looks perfect or not, which I've really enjoyed over the last couple of weeks. So I'm just going to go through and talk through each page, what materials that I used, and I'll show you clips of me doing the artwork as well. And then the ones where there's not much creativity involved, it's just colouring something in, I'll just skip through those. I'll still show you what I did, but won't go into too much detail. So page 15 was to find a pattern that inspired you, and I really like this. This is just in a patterns type book that I've got, and I really like this effect, the contrast with the background and the flowers on top. So I've put that in there, and that has inspired another piece, another page a bit later on, so I'll show you that. Number 16, begin learning how to create calligraphy today. And I used some Arteza brush pens. We've used purple, and it's just practicing really how to use the pens, how to get different strokes. 17, is fill the page with loops and try different colours. So this was just with normal colouring pencils. 18 was colour the fish. I used oil pastels for this and a blender pencil, and I did enjoy that. I think my favourite fish is the rainbow one at the bottom. Okay, yeah, so design a wallpaper behind this chair. So this is with neon or fluorescent paints. I use these in my video that I did for creating the Las Vegas sign. I hadn't really used too much of the blue or the purple in particular. I wanted to see how these would look under the UV black light. So I've got a video here of that. And unfortunately, you can't actually see the purple or the blue too much. The pink, really bright, a bit like something you'd see maybe at a disco. So yeah, that's that one. Number 20, design your own fairy twinkle lights. So just really copying what was done up here. I carried on in Posca pens. And then I just used some metallic pens on the string and the top of the lights. Yeah. So 21, what is your favourite simple thing to eat? Draw or write it here. So favourite simple thing to eat is a banana. I am really happy with how this turned out. I used watercolour pencils, which I haven't got much experience in using. And I think it's 0.05 fine liner to do some of the detail on there. I'm really happy with how realistic that looks. At number 22, what made you smile today? Draw or write it here. So that's just doing a bit of artwork. That made me smile today. I quite like this one. The outline of it really brought out the detail. quite like the colours that I used on that as well. Number 23, just fill the page with coloured dots. So I just continued the pattern that had already been started. And that's with Posca pens. 24, colour in the stripes. So I wanted to use those watercolour pencils again that I'd used on the banana and see how they blended together, which they seemed to do okay. Unfortunately, I've been leaning on this page and you can see stuff that's come through from other pages, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, I just used my favourite colours there as well. So I wanted to do the purple to the green. At 25, fill the squares with different marks. You could try dashes, lines, spots, swirls, and crosshatches. So yeah, just thinking of different patterns to use off the top of my head or make off the top of my head. That's just with a 5-eyeliner pen. This one, I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. This is with watercolours that I've had for years that had actually dried up. I didn't even know if they were going to work. I wanted to use a different set of watercolours to what I used to do the fish, because when I put the pens over, it started breaking away the pigment that had been put down. Maybe it's to do with the paper, I don't know. But these watercolours seem to set a bit better. I'll show you the start to finish on this one. And I wanted to start with putting in the colours of the different areas. I'd plan this out on a separate piece of paper and then add the buildings in. So we've got a little village, adding a little bridge, a road, got like offices and taller buildings over there, bit of farmland over here, a little theme park. So yeah, that was my idea for that one. And when I initially started putting down the houses, I was a bit like, oh no, this isn't going to work. But I'm actually quite happy with how this ended up being in the end. Again, it's just experimenting and seeing what works. 27, continue creating your own patterns and select warm colours. Patterns off the top of my head again, and the different colours that I had, and this is Posca pens that I used. 28 was design some t-shirts. So yeah, going back to my, I like the flags of the world, travelling, countries that I want to visit. These are the countries that I'd want to visit the most. And these are the flags of the countries. So yeah, got Canada, Norway, Japan, and Austria. 29, explore the colours that look good together. So I wanted to go back to those watercolours that I used and try and get the colours matching. I quite like the grey and the orange down here, or peachy colour. And I like these purpley and the red. I quite like this one down here as well. Yeah, 30. This is the one that I sort of thought I was going to go for something completely different and see how it ended up. And I'm really pleased with the result. This isn't something that I'd normally do. So add details to the flowers. You could use cut out pieces of paper or any other material you like. Got some cheap craft tape and wanted to see what effect I could get by doing that. So I used different colours. I did use black Posca pen as well to do the centre. And I am really happy how this turned out. They look abstract. And I put a bit of PVA clear glue on top because I was a bit concerned that some of probably won't come off now, but some of it was sort of trying to lift, a bit psychedelic. And then 31, draw your desk or a table. So yeah, just use coloured pencils, normal coloured pencils on this. And it's just a view of my desk really, so my computer, my art space, and then my ideas and goals and things visible in the background. Yeah, so I think this book is serving its purpose to discover and rekindle my love of art. One of the pages that I really spent a lot of time on was this page here, Add Your Own Scene to This River, and this one as well, adding more and more to this background. What I will probably do differently going forward, I think I'm going to need to protect the pages in between, because I've noticed going back through this, I have transfer from leaning on the pages. So I need to either stop that happening with some finish, or protect the pages. Maybe I'll get a piece of card or something to put in between stuff that's going to transfer. So this page, what would I have done differently? I think I'll probably do this one again and spend a bit more time making sure I've got straighter lines and that the pattern was more even. And I think this last page I would possibly try and do again. It wasn't really the finish that I was looking for. I probably just need to spend a bit more time on it, to be honest. Do you have any art book suggestions that you think I should try at all? Please let me know. What I'll be doing at the beginning of March is posting a video for all of the work that I've done in February. So I'm going to do another 29 pages. I'm going to be doing some diamond art videos as well. I've got those planned. I'm going to look at using some new supplies to see if they will make the diamond art a bit easier so it doesn't take so long next time. And all of the materials that I've used within this book as well, they're going to be linked on my website. So give that a visit if that's something you're interested in. I just wanted to say thanks very much for everyone that watched the first part of this book, the first 14 days, gave it a like, gave me some comments as well, and subscribed. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.